Hi. I'd like to share a few thoughts of Torah with you. Passover is fast approaching. We'll be celebrating on Monday night. Excuse me, the first Seder night is Monday night, April 2nd. Passover, of course, is the wonderful popular holiday that's about the exodus of the Jewish people from Egypt. It's the holiday. One of the names of the holiday in the Torah is the holiday of spring, and it so beautifully meshes with where we are in nature. Passover is the birth of the Jewish people. Spring is the rebirth of nature, and so it's a wonderful sense of new beginnings during this Passover holiday season. So just before Passover, it's going to be March 30th and 31st. The Shabbat immediately preceding Passover is called Shabbat Hagadol, the Great Shabbat. And there are different interpretations of why it's called that. One is that it was on that day, on the 10th of the Hebrew month of Nisan, that God commanded the Jewish people to take a lamb, set it aside, and 4 days later, in the evening of the 14th of Nisan, moving into the 15th, which is when we celebrate Seder night, that the Jewish people had the strength and the courage to put aside the lamb, which was worshipped as a god in Egypt, and essentially were willing to say, if the Egyptians asked, we are going to take the God you worship, and we're going to offer it up to the one real God. So it's a special Shabbat that leads right up to Passover. And then this year, 2 nights later, from Saturday night until Monday night, we have Passover. And I'd just like to share a beautiful insight about Passover. It's about the Exodus. It's about the freedom of the Jewish people after hundreds of years of slavery. And what a blessing, what a gift. There's another side of freedom also. We are blessed to have our physical freedom, and what a blessing it is. There's a different kind of freedom, and that's, let's call it mental or psychological or spiritual freedom. So many of us have internal pharaohs, things up here that keep us from doing what we know is perhaps best for us or healthiest for us, but whether it be be about issues of low self-esteem or fear we have or habits that we form that are not the healthiest, or addictions, or we can each fill in our own blanks, those become in many ways internal pharaohs. And so Passover is also about mustering up the strength and the courage to break out of those prisons and that kind of internal slavery, and to find the freedom to achieve what we know we can achieve if we can move out of that mindset and find the spiritual or psychological freedom that's so important. So, as we approach Passover, hopefully it will be an inspiration to all of us to appreciate our Jewishness, to continue to grow Jewishly, to celebrate not only physical freedom but also spiritual and psychological freedom, and the importance of Jewish community. And I want to send my best wishes and warmest wishes for a happy, healthy, sweet Passover, and a wonderful, enjoyable spring vacation. Happy holidays and Chag Sameach.